Welcome. Get smashing the likes, get subscribing if obviously you're new to my channel, and obviously if this is the first time to my channel, welcome. But please smash the likes, get sharing, and up the Spurs. So come on. So what next? What next for Tottenham Hotspur? What next? Because obviously, where do I start? Obviously, the start of the season weren't too bad. Wasn't too bad. Obviously, we demolitioned at Burnley 4-0, if I remember rightly. Seems such a long time ago, even though it was only a few weeks ago, because we're only coming up to week 17. But so much has gone on the past couple of months. So where do I start, boys and girls? Where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I start? And what next for Tottenham Hotspur? What next for Tottenham? Obviously, Christmas is only around the corner now. The January sales, again, only around the corner. And obviously, the majority of Spurs fans, football fans in general, are all turning on Thomas Frank, the Frank engine. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very torn. I'm very torn at the moment when it comes to, should Thomas Frank go? Should Thomas Frank stay? Does he need to be backed? Is his time up? You know, have we seen enough? But, you know, it seems to be same old when it comes to managers. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones, isn't it? We've had so many managers. We've had so many managers since, obviously, Pochettino leaving. Obviously, that's such a long time ago now because it feels such a long time ago. But we've had so many managers come and go. We've had elite managers. We've had average managers. And it's the same thing time and time again. So to see Thomas Frank go, does that answer the questions? In my opinion, it doesn't answer the question. If Frank goes, who are we going to get in? If Frank goes, and whoever Tom, Dick, and Harry comes in, it's going to work miracles. We're going to get within top four. We're going to get another trophy. No, it's going to be the same old. What needs to change is the board needs to seriously back Thomas Frank. We've only got a bit of quality, a bit of average. Like I said in my past videos, check them out if you've not seen them, but it's like quality, average, quality, average. You know what I mean? It needs to be leveled out all the way through. We need quality all the way through. So there's a few little things I want to talk about in my live. A few little things, obviously. Players that I wanted Tottenham to sign, players that are rumoured to sign. Obviously, players apparently on the way out from Tottenham. So where do I start? I'm going to start with Semenyo. Obviously, correct me if I'm wrong, please, in the comment section, but Semenyo has a 60 million release clause next month. So in January, when the January sales reopen. So Semenyo has a 60 million release clause to leave Bournemouth. Now, a number of clubs, one being Tottenham, are very heavily linked with Tottenham and other clubs. So, do we really see Semenyo joining Spurs? If you're going to ask me, if you're going to say Flicks, do you expect Semenyo to come to Tottenham? My answer is no. I really do not see Semenyo joining Tottenham. Obviously, Arsenal are linked with him, and the way Arsenal are building right now, they're on next level. And to think back in the Pochettino days, we was fucking miles ahead of Arsenal, miles ahead, and for some fucking miracle, they have caught up. And now they are miles ahead of us. Big up you guys in the comments. I'll hit you guys up in a minute. Get subscribing, get smash the likes. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, Arsenal right now are miles and miles ahead of us right now. So, like I said, the answer to that one, do I see Semenyo leaving Bournemouth and come to Spurs? No, I don't. I'm speaking reality right now. I do not see Semenyo joining Spurs because, like I said, he's Arsenal want him. Liverpool rumoured to be linked with him. Man United, you know, that's another question. But why would you want to join Man United at the same time? Why would you want to join Spurs right now? I think another one was Man City, Chelsea as well. I might have had that wrong, but yeah, top clubs are after him, and you know, you can't blame him for wanting to go to the likes of Arsenal. I hate to say it, but, you know, like I said, they're cruising right now. They're challenging for the title. As for Tottenham, we're not so much in the mud, but there's a lot of shit going on right now. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. So, do we really see Semenyo joining Spurs? I'll be shocked if he does join us, because, you know, obviously we have got quality there. Xavi Simons, Kulusevski, Madders. You know what I mean? Then players might call him and say, come and join us. We won a trophy last season, you know what I mean? We want to build on from that. You know what I mean? We've got a fantastic home. We've got a fantastic fucking home. Brilliant stadium. Brilliant stadium. So maybe them boys will call him. You know, Romero might call him as well. Mickey Van der Ven, top boys. But only time will tell, innit? Only time will tell. But Thomas Frank, in my opinion, he needs the backing. He needs that backing. I was all for, I'm not going to lie. You know, if you've seen my previous videos, I was all for Ange Postecoglou to stay up to Christmas. Let's see where we were by Christmas time with Ange. You know, because at the end of the day, he got us a trophy with an average team. Let's face it, an average squad. I was all for him to stay, but obviously that didn't happen. He was kicked out. Got Thomas Frank. We've all seen what he's done at Brentford. You know, no disrespect to Brentford, but coming from Brentford to Spurs is a whole different ball game. He's got Premier League experience. He's got tons of Premier League experience. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, there's no trophy to back it up with him. There's no silverware. No silverware whatsoever other than, you know, winning the playoffs from the Championship to come to the Premier League, you know what I mean? But, you know, like I said, other than that, there's nothing. So Thomas Frank needs that backing. He needs that support from the board to really, really, really put Tottenham back in that top four, where you know, in my opinion, we belong. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's other players rumoured to be leaving Tottenham. Obviously, Vicario has been linked with both Milan, AC and Inter Milan. You know, obviously, does he want to go back home? Again, rumour has it that he does. How true that is, I do not know. But obviously, if Vicario goes, then so be it. Because I don't like slagging my Spurs boys off. You know, Richarlison's another one, but Vicario is. I'm going back to the past couple of games now. Just gone. Been a bit of a shambolic one for Cairo. It really has. It really has. Games before that, he saved our bacon. He's kept us in games. You know, he's had a lot of stick. And if I remember rightly, there was one game, Fulham at the Lane, and they absolutely fucking smashed us in that first half. You know, it made a right calamity of letting goals in, you know, and he got booed as well. You know what I mean? So, if Vicario does leave us, then who do we get in? Obviously, rumour had it that Trafford, obviously, Man City's third choice keeper now. Do we want it? In my opinion, not really. Not really. Nah, I'm not really all for Trafford joining Spurs. So another one that's rumoured to be joining Tottenham is Barcelona's ter Stegen. Now, hit us up in the comments and your thoughts on that one. Would you want to see Barcelona's ter Stegen join us if Vicario does leave us? Other players that are rumoured to be leaving Spurs is Basuma. Now, we all know what Basuma's been doing. He's been a naughty boy. Do we really want to see players in that squad taking the absolute piss, getting away with it? Because it's not been the first time Basuma's been doing it. It's not been the second time. It's been 3 or 4 times now Basuma's been doing his thing, you know, and recording himself or getting others to record him, and he's been blasted all over the internet. You know what I mean? It's not a good look. We cannot have players within the squad getting away with it like that. You know what I mean? It's not setting a good example to the youngers trying to break through, and, you know, other potential players joining Tottenham. You're seeing that, you know what I mean? So get rid. Hate to say it because he is a good player on his day. He's a very good player on his day. Going back to Europa League final, absolute beast in that midfield, central midfield, absolute beast. But at the end of the day, we can't have players like that. Simple as. I'm just gonna quickly check the comments. Bear with me, guys. What we got here? He will most likely sign for Man City or Liverpool. Yeah. Going back to obviously, Semenyo. So yeah, but we will see. We will see. But interesting times, obviously. Very, very interesting times coming up when the January transfer window does open. So Basuma, I want to see Basuma go because yeah, enough is enough now. This bullshit cannot continue. Other players that obviously I wanted to see join Spurs is another one before he actually joined Everton on loan. And how many of you see that one happening? I didn't see that one coming. And that is Jack Grealish. Massive experience. He's won the title with Man City. You know what I mean? He's been there and done it. Homegrown as well. I would have loved to have seen Jack Grealish in a Spurs shirt, but obviously them days are done now. Another one that's rumoured to be joining Spurs is, you know, obviously before his nonsense happened, is Ivan Toney. Now we need a striker. We are so desperate for a striker. You know what I mean? It's Richarlison. He's not consistent enough. He might surprise you now and then with a very good goal, but then he can go quiet for a couple of games and then he might bag you another one if he feels like it. It's one of them ones. You know, in my opinion, he strolls around the pitch. You know, it doesn't do a lot for me. It doesn't do a lot. Obviously, rumour had it that Everton are linked with him again. If that's true, take him back, please. Take him back. So, other than that, who do we have? Because obviously we've let Troy Barrett go, who can't stop scoring for Republic of Ireland right now. You know, let's call him back. Why not give Dane Scarlett a shot? You know what I mean? We're so desperate now. So desperate when it comes to having a striker at Tottenham. So, who do we have? You know, rumour has it that Marcus Rashford is linked with Spurs. Tottenham ready to hand in a 26 million because obviously he's still on Man United's books, and he's only on loan to Barcelona. I'm sure that's the one. So why not go for him? Again, homegrown. You know, Premier League proven. We've all known what he's done in his early days at Man United. Obviously, coming to an end in his Man United career, because I can't see him going back to United. I'm sure he's on loan from United. I'm 100% sure he's not left them completely, but he's Premier League proven. Obviously, trying to get in the England squad for next year's World Cup in June. So, if you're going to ask me, Flicks, would you see Rashford in a Spurs shirt? I'd love to see Rashford in a Spurs shirt. Love to see that happen. So, yeah, like I said, interesting times coming up in the January sales. Guys, hit us up in the comments. Who would you love to see Spurs sign in January? Who would you love to see it? Who would you love to see? Another comment coming now. Big up Mark Taylor. Isn't going to happen. Yeah, you're probably right. It won't happen, but I'd love to see it happen. At the end of the day, Lookman. Yeah. Lookman. Going back to you. Yeah, you just racked my brains there. Going back to the summer windows. We was not so much heavily linked, but we was linked with Lookman, or rumor had it that we was linked with Lookman. Again, Premier League proven in some sort of way. Obviously, he wasn't really given his chance at Everton, but you know he's been all right. He's been all right. Get smash the likes, guys. Get subscribing if you're new to my channel. I'd appreciate it. But yes, guys, who else would you love to see Tottenham sign in January? Because let's face it, Frank, in my opinion, he needs the time. He needs the time to get in who he wants. You know, it's not been a very good few months for us Spurs fans and for Thomas Frank. obviously majority of Spurs fans are now calling for Frank to go. He needs the tools. Yeah, I've been saying the same thing. I've been saying the same thing for many, many weeks now. And I'm getting so bored of just repeating myself. You know, it in some sort of way, it feels like Daniel Levy is still there. You know what I mean? It's obviously he's not, and he's gone now. Fuck, he's gone now, because I was calling out for Levy to leave the club for such a long time now, many years, many seasons now. So with Levy gone, you know, rumour had it that the Lewis family, not so much Joe Lewis, but obviously it's gone down to his younger generation, if you like. Rumour had it that he's going to chuck in a good 100 mil, you know. So where's that going to go? Where's that going to go when it comes to signing players? Because we need it. Like I said earlier in my stream, if you've not caught up on that one, you know, we've only got a bit of quality, and then we've got average, and then we've got quality again. It needs to be quality all the way through. You know what I mean? It's. I know we've still got James Maddison to come back, Kulusevski to come back. I was going to say Basuma, but Basuma can jog on now. I'm done with Basuma and all that nonsense that's gone on behind the scenes. But Maddison, Kulusevski, Dominic Solanke, when we get them boys back, and they're all definite starters as well, but when we get them boys back in some sort of way, it will feel, in my opinion, it'll feel like having brand new signings, because they've been gone such a long time now. And another thing that pisses me off is why, because look at this one. Obviously, when James Maddison went injured, he went injured a good few weeks before that Europa League final. And we're talking, how long ago was that now? You know what I mean? It's what is going on with our medical team? Kulusevski is another one. You know what I mean? Solanke, yeah, you could say Solanke as well. But what the fuck is our medical team doing? You know what I mean? It's not been the first time as well to see these boys, especially Kulusevski as well. You know, going back to last season, under Ange, we had so many injuries, and then they're rushed back, and then they're injured again. Another good example is obviously Romero and Mickey van der Ven. They were rushed back, and obviously are back on the sidelines again for a number of weeks, months. You know what I mean? There's something not quite right when it comes to the medical staff, in my opinion. But yeah, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that one. What's your thoughts on the medical team? You know what I mean? So, we got Mark Taylor again. He needs the tools. Yeah, I said that one. I've said the same thing. He needs the tools. Sacking the manager won't change these average players. A new manager, we want new players. But yeah, like I said, sacking the manager won't change anything whatsoever, because, you know, I don't get what the majority of Spurs fans, you know, what's the answer to changing to where, you know, to where we want to be back in the old Pochettino days. You know, like I said, to think where we were under Poch and seeing the likes of our dickhead neighbours Arsenal, within Woolwich boys, they were miles behind us. And now somehow they've caught up, and now they are miles ahead of us. You know what I mean? How we did not build on from what Poch had. You know, it's in some sort of way, it's typical Tottenham, innit? It's typical Spurs, and obviously losing 6 games already, and we're only coming up to week 17, losing 6 already. And if you can ask me, Flicks, what do you reckon the score will be on Saturday against Liverpool? I'm not expecting a draw. I'm not even expecting a win. I'm expecting Liverpool to walk all over us, and we will be very, very lucky to even have one shot on target, because that's how it's been for the past few weeks. It's been absolutely shockingly shite. So, yeah, we're going to get cooked on Saturday. Simple as. Big up Henry, by the way. Smash the likes, get subscribing. So, yeah, I'm not expecting much on the weekend. You know what I mean? 7 defeats incoming, and at the same time, Liverpool being shockingly shite. But if someone's going to win, it's going to be Liverpool. I hate to say it, but it's true. It's true. I'll be very shocked if we turn up and actually get all 3 points against Liverpool, but at the same time, stat-wise, we are not very good when it comes to playing Liverpool. We are not. We are not. So I'm not expecting much, but like I said, I'll be shocked if we get. I'll be shocked if we even get a point. I really will. That's saying something. A point. You know what I mean? Because it's the way we've been lately. It's been terrible. Been absolutely terrible. So going back to backing Frank, he needs to be backed, because if he goes, who do we get in? Who do we actually get in if Thomas Frank goes? Because obviously, I'd love to see Pochettino back, but that ain't happening until at least after the World Cup. He's got a job to do with America right now. You know what I mean? So that's a no. Obviously, another one. I don't know where this news broke, but Xavi. You know what I mean? Apparently, he's being linked with the Tottenham managerial role. No. I don't want it. Don't want it to happen. Don't want it to happen. So, if you're gonna ask me, Flicks, does Frank need to stay? Does he need the time? Yes, of course he does. He needs the time. He needs the time. You know what I mean? Give him till the end of the season, because it can't be any worse than last season. Obviously, yeah, we got a trophy at the end of it, but to finish 17th in the league and to lose 21, 22 league games, totally unacceptable. And I'm sure Frank won't have us in that position by the end of the season, finishing 17th with 21, 22, whatever league defeats. I can't see that happening. Realistically, if you're going to ask me, where do we finish by the end of the season? 8th, 7th, 5th, we're very, very lucky. Of course I want to see Tottenham in the top 4, top 5. Of course I want to see that. But reality and the way things have been these past few months, I can't see that happening. Really can't see that happening. So going back to January sales right now, like I said, it's only around the corner now. I bet it'd be very, very interesting to see who leaves Tottenham and who we get in. Simple as, guys. Simple as. So before I do shoot, hit us up in the comments. Do you want to see Thomas Frank stay, or do you want to see him leave? Who would you love to see join Tottenham? Who do you want to see leave Tottenham? Obviously, another one is Richarlison, along with Basuma. They can go. I've had enough. We need a striker. We need a new keeper. We need, in my opinion, that creative midfielder. Because you've only got, going back to, I know I keep digging back at the past, but like I said earlier, to think where we were back in the Pochettino days, that starting 11 there, Lloris in goal, your back four, Walker, Jan Vertonghen, Toby Alderweireld, Danny Rose, solid back four, and a solid keeper back in Lloris's very good days at Tottenham. Then your midfield, Moussa Dembele, you know what I mean? Ericsson, Dele, you know what I mean? Harry Kane up top, Sonny. These are players that were your top elite. You know, they could take on anyone. 9 times out of 10, they would bang you 3 points. And when you look at the players that are starting today, name me one player in our current squad that would start over that squad back in the Pochettino days. There's not one. There is not one. And this is what I mean. We have gone from up here to down here. And the likes of Arsenal have overlapped us once again, and they are miles ahead of us. So with January round the corner now, let's... again, I know I've said this time and time again, but we can only hope. Now Levy's gone. It's all down to Lewis, the Lewis family. The Lewis family have to seriously back Thomas Frank and give Thomas Frank the tools he needs. You know, like I said, Maddison's coming back. Kulusevski's coming back. Solanke, when them boys are coming back. Yes, we in some sort of way we can kick on now, but we need more. We need more. You know, when you look at the bench, there's hardly no quality there. Okay, yeah, when you see Sarr on the bench, who for me should be a starter, definitely. When you see a Bergville on the bench, yeah, he should be a starter. But other than that, there's not a lot there. There's not a lot there. Not a lot there. So, yeah, like I keep saying, January will be very, very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I am going to leave it there because I've got another video to smash out and throw up on my channel. So, I big up each and every one of you for subbing to my channel, for watching my videos, for smashing the likes. I appreciate if you could smash a like on this one and really share my channel. Subs are slowly going up. So, yeah, man, it's slowly building up, and then, you know, going back to January, let's hope the boys can really kick on. Let's hope Frank can get the back in that he deserves, and we go from that. But yeah, that is enough from me, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. See you guys on the next video. Take it easy, guys. Take it easy.